everyone, welcome back to my video on the wrestling show and from WrestleMania 38, night 2 out of 10. Now obviously night 1 was just an absolutely crazy night throughout. Cody returning, that main event was just awesome with Stone Cold, Bianca winning the Raw Women's Championship. So yeah, WrestleMania night 2 has a lot to live up to, but with matches like AJ, Roman Brock, of course, it's got a good chance to. But yeah, starting off night 2 was Triple H, who greeted the crowd. He received a huge reaction, and thank you Hunter chants before he welcomed us to the closing night. On his way out, he left the mic and his boots in the ring, and yeah, this is a really nice way to say thank you to Triple H, and I'm glad to see he got to do it in his home terms. At the grandest stage of them all after that horrible incident. But moving on then to the first match, which was RK Bro versus Alpha Academy versus Street Profits. Riddle, Montez and Gable were in the ring to start off with, and Otis came in and cleared the ring before a brawl broke out at ringside. Montez hit a dive on the outside and took everyone else out, followed by Chad Gable, who hit a moonsault to the outside. Otis was in control when the match returned to the ring, and Riddle was being stomped on by the big guy. Gable then came in and hit a Northern Light suplex on Riddle for near fall before Riddle took him out and hit Dawkins with a bro to sleep. Orton was then tagged in and tried for the draping DDT, but Montez countered that. Gable took a huge electric chair from the Profits before Riddle was swiped down from the ropes. Dawkins then hit a spinebuster on Orton and Ford, who headed for the splash from the ropes, but Riddle got up and hit the RKO from there. Gable then took an RKO from the top as well, this time from Orton, as RK Bro picked up the win. After the match, RKO and Profits were about to share a drink in the ring when they called Gable. Stevenson scored him. Gable was furious and told Stevens to shoosh. Stevens took his shirt off, and everyone but Chad left the ring. Chad called Gable Kid and told him to shoosh once again before Stevenson took the former tag team champion with a belly suplex, standing tall on WrestleMania night 2. Yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Really, really good match. For me, RK Bro retaining is a logical thing, and good to see Gable Stevenson get a moment at the end too. Can't be long before he joins the Raw roster now. So yeah, good stuff all round. The only weird thing was RK Bro and Street Profits were aligning after this, which was a bit weird, but you know, it was not a major thing. Next up was Omos versus Bobby Lashley. Omos took Lashley down with one steer as the match started and was being ragdolled around, and Omos just shrugged off any offence from Lashley. Lashley managed to hang Omos up on the ropes and tried to reach for the hurt lock before Omos got out of the hole and took Lashley down once more. Lashley then tried for a top rope crossbody, but Omos caught him and tossed him at least 9 feet in the air, which was epic. Lashley was then caught in a bare hand and managed to escape the hole before catching Omos with some running strikes. Lashley was trying to get suplex in on his third try, hitting Omos with a spear. Lashley had broken his streak with that, and yeah, this gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Really puts Lashley over as a beast. Obviously it's a shame for Omos, but he got the majority of the essence, and hopefully still pushing because I do like him. But yeah, for now I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Before we got Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville in an anything goes match. Zayn started off the match with a Hoover kick and stomped on Knoxville as he rolled outside the ring. Sami followed him out and sent Knoxville into the barricades in front of the rest of the Jackass crew. Knoxville then sprayed Sami with a fire extinguisher before taking out a crash can full of random weapons. Back in the ring, Sami was in control again and beat up Johnny with a baking tray and a crutch before getting a near fall. More weapons came out, including a table, but something caught Sami's arm under the ring, and it turned out to be a table full of mouse traps. Sami was hit with 2 trash can lids and a stop sign in the ring before Knoxville set up a table in the corner, but Zayn sent him through it with an exploded suplex. Knoxville then used an air horn to block a Hoover kick before Party Boy Chris Pointus showed up in the ring. Pointus tried to distract Sami, but he was tossed outside the ring. Wee-Man then showed up from under the ring and beat Sami, showing before body slamming him as the crowd went wild. And Knoxville then hit on Tornado DDT before Wee-Man and Johnny brought out some of a contrapation, but Sami took them both out and sent Wee-Man out with a Hoover kick. Sami was on the ropes and Johnny caused the pyro scarf in the ring, causing Zayn to drop into the ring. Knoxville then hit Sami with a bowling ball to the crotch before trying to tase him. Back in the ring, Sami tried for a dive again, but Johnny caught him with a crotch with some tongs and tossed him out into the mousetrap table. The rest of the Jackass crew brought in a giant mousetrap to the ring. Johnny used the taser to drop Sami on the trap and snapped it down on him. Zayn's shoulders were trapped and Knoxville pinned him just like that to pick up the victory. I mean, like, yeah, this was really, really fun. Gets a 7 out of 10 from me. For what it was just brilliant. Yeah, really, really good match this was for what it was. Next up was Selena and Carmella versus Banks and Naomi versus Morgan and Ripley versus Natalia and Bayley for the women's tag belts. Banks came in with a Lamborghini and the match kicks off with Ripley and Banks in the ring. Seriously cool entrance, by the way. Morgan was tagged in early on while the champs went outside and Bayley and Natalia fought Naomi on the other side. Banks took out Morgan and hit a dive to the outside before tags were made. Bayley and Morgan were in the ring and Liv was being destroyed. Carmella then forced tags and told Sheamus to get out of the ring before she and Bayley isolated Liv, trying to capitalise. Ripley then broke up the pin before taking a Hurricane Rana from Carmella and a dive to the outside on Vega. We then got a double toe redeem spot before all 8 women went down. After some back and forth, Banks and Naomi took Carmella down with a wheelbarrow double knee combo, picking up the victory. I mean, this gets a 6 out of 10 for me. The right result, match was okay, nothing particularly great, but for what it was, I wasn't a fan of the build. I'm, to be honest, just glad the programme's over. But yeah, right result for me, 6 out of 10. AJ Edge was up next. Styles and Edge were dodging each other's moves early on in the match before AJ hit a kick on the apron and sent the Hall of Famer into the ring steps. Back in the ring, AJ went for a springboard 450, but Edge got his knees up. Edge then sent AJ into the ring post before kicking him around the ring, making sure Styles stayed off his feet. AJ then reversed the suplex and sent Edge into the corner before the rated R superstar hit Styles in his already injured shoulder. AJ then got a rack bomb with only one good arm before getting a near fall. Edge reversed the next attempt and hit the DDT for a near fall on his own. Edge then got the bell lock, but AJ got out of it, and but Edge followed up with a powerbomb and 2 fought their way out to the ropes, and AJ got suplex on the apron. Edge and Styles barely beat the count before AJ hit the springboard 450 on Edge's back. AJ got the Styles clash when Damian Priest showed up. Priest's appearance distracted AJ, causing him to delay his springboard finisher. Edge managed to counter it with a spear and picked up the victory. After the match, Priest got in the ring, celebrating with Edge, hinting at an alliance, and yeah, for me that's a really intriguing prospect. Could elevate Damian Priest after a shaky few months for him, and yeah, in terms of this match, definitely the best, I would say probably the best on this card, to be honest. Gets an 8 out of 10 from me, really good stuff. The New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland was up next. Finally we got the match, which was great to see. Kofi and Xavier mirrored Big E as a tribute to their injured teammate. Sheamus and Holland attacked the New Day right away, and the match kicked off right away with Holland and Kofi in the ring. Kofi hit the Trouble in Paradise for a near fall before Sheamus broke the pin. Woods came in off the tag and Holland was taken down while Kofi was taken out by Sheamus on the outside. Butch then distracted the referee while Sheamus hit the bro kick on Woods. Holland followed up with Northern Grit to pick up the win. Butch attacked Woods after the match and he had to be dragged away. Yeah, I mean, this was very quick, but at least we got the match. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It elevated Sheamus and Ridge. I mean, it's a shame for the New Day. They kind of did deserve better, but I'm just glad they got the match in at all, really. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. The Undertaker was once again out with the other Hall of Famers to one of them before he got Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. McMahon walked down and greeted the crowd before introducing Austin Theory as the future Universal Champion. Theory came out and took a selfie with Vince before Pat McAfee walked out the Seven Nation Army, playing in Dallas Cowboy cheerers, performing his entrance. McAfee got some big hits early on, and Theory came out with a jab to the throat. Pat then got an elbow drop before getting a Hurricane Rana for a near fall. Theory hit a backbreaker before hitting a suplex. McAfee then got back in control and sent Theory outside before dropping him on the announce desk. Pat then got a headset and called his own match for a bit before pouring a drink of Austin's head as a playback. Back in the ring, McAfee went up to the top rope and hit a swanton bomb, and Austin got out of the way. Theory then got a near fall and went up in the corner. McAfee met him there, but missed the suplex before getting the move on his second try. Austin kicked out of the following pin before Theory countered the punt and took Pat down with a drop kick. McAfee then slapped Theory before countering the ACL and rolling him out for the victory. But that wasn't it. Vince McMahon was then talking to Theory after the match and seemed very unhappy before Pat called out Vince. The chairman then took his suit off and Mr. McMahon headed to the ring. I can't believe I'm saying these. Theory attacked McAfee, the bell was rung and Pat was down as Mr. McMahon kicked him around in the ring. Pat got up and on his feet and Theory dragged him down into the corner before dragging his crotch first into the ring post. Vince was then back to kicking McAfee around, and Theory got a Dallas Cowboy football and headed it to Vince, who kicked it straight at Pat. McMahon went for the pin and picked up the victory. Stone Cold Steve Austin then showed up right after the match and gave Theory a stunner. Vince and Steve were sharing a beer in the ring, and then Steve went to hit a stunner on the channel, and once Vince McMahon was knocked out, Pat returned to the ring and shared a beer with Stone Cold to celebrate. Stone Cold hit McAfee with a stunner as well before walking out. I mean, I don't know what to say about this. This was just complete and utter madness, but I low-key loved it. Yeah, the stunner on Vince was just I don't know how to describe it. It was just funny. I'll call it that. But yeah, on this whole, this was really fun. A bit of a laugh. You can't really complain for that. So yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Roman v Brock was up next. Brock took the mic and did his own introduction before the match kicked off, and Lesnar took his gloves off and went after Reigns straight away. Reigns was sent into the corner and got hit with 3 belly suplexes. Reigns then went outside with a clothesline before Brock was distracted by Heyman, allowing Roman to spear him through the barricades. Brock beat the rest count but took another spear in the ring. Roman hit 2 Superman punches, and Brock countered the third into a German suplex. Lesnar then got 4 German suplexes before Roman countered them and hit another Superman punch. Reigns' spear was countered into an F5 before Brock getting near full. Reigns went after Brock's eyes as the referee went down, getting in the corner. Roman then got a low blow in before Heyman handed him the belt. Roman hit the Brock with the title belt, and the referee was just got up in time. Roman was caught in a Kimura lock and barely managed to get onto the ropes before Roman was trying to tell Heyman that his shoulder was out, but he managed to cancel the F5 into a spear to get the win. And it did seem very abrupt, so I don't know if there was a legitimate injury or not. If there was, get well soon to Roman. But yeah, hopefully there wasn't, because he still did get the win. So yeah, it gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Really, really decent match for what it was. Reigns winning is the right result. Yeah, just because it ends so abruptly, I hope he's okay. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully he is. But yeah, on the whole, gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Overall, WrestleMania 38 Night 2 out of 10 gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Yeah, just like Night 1, it was just a brilliant episode, or brilliant pay-per-view, a premium live event. Yeah, just really fun from start to finish. Some crazy stuff in there, like the Knoxville Zayn, McAfee Theory matches, and then you had the serious stuff, Edge, AJ Styles, Reigns, Lesnar for what it was decent. Obviously, shame about the ending. But yeah, on the whole, it was another really good night. This was a great Mania. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Remember to comments down below. Follow on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to the channel on the screen. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.